Hello there, my people. Hola, mi gente. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo están? I am happy to be here today. I am happy that you are here with me. I hope you are having a fabulous week ahead. Thus far ahead, currently. I'm excited to be here. The summer has gone by super quick. We got a new puppy and the struggle is real. I don't know where in my head I thought it would be a good idea to get a new puppy because there is so much going on. However, he is super cute, and I will post pictures here. We've been posting pictures of him. But yes, we got a new puppy. Summer is going by quick. And so I did want to hop on here and talk today about body image. Before I do that, for those of you that do not know me, my name is Dr. Nicole Peak. I am a licensed psychologist based out of Colorado. And so body image, let's talk about it. This summer, we've been doing a series talking about eating issues and body related things. And so, of course, we have to talk about body image. It is a hot topic in pop culture. Clients talk to me about it all the time, those that struggle with eating issues and even those that don't. Why is body image such a thing? Because when people are struggling with negative body image, research shows that leads to all kinds of things. People that struggle with negative body image tend to be at higher risk for low self-esteem issues, for depression, for anxiety, and it also is a gateway and puts them at risk for engaging in unhealthy behaviors for weight modification, right? So doing extreme dieting, extreme exercising and things like that. And so when it is not in a good place, we are not in a good place. And so let's talk about it. So typically, like I said, anybody can struggle with negative body image. Research does suggest that those that identify as female and those that are a higher body weight than, what is socially, culturally accepted are those that typically tend to struggle more with negative body image. So what do we do when we have negative body image? How can we kind of maybe work on that? So today I'm going to cover a couple of things. Okay. So like I said, I cannot cover everything because this is a big topic, right? But if I had to tell someone what are like 2-3 things that you can work on to help work on negative body image, these are the 3 things. These are my top 3 that I would probably work on. Okay. Number 1, I would say, is focusing on what your body can do. And typically, again, there's good research behind exercise. And I'm going to maybe remove it with the word exercise and say more moving your body. So moving your body in a way that is engaging and entertaining for you. And let me also be clear, I don't mean exercise for weight loss. We're talking about movement for movement's sake. Whether that is you doing your Zumba class, whether that is using your Peloton, whether that is going outside for walks, whatever your thing is, moving one's body and doing that regularly makes you aware of what your body can do. And so that is something that, and again, we can hypothesize as to why exercise might contribute to increased positive body image. But I would say first and foremost, that is definitely a place to start, is moving your body and focusing on what your body can do. Okay. And if you can involve some cardiovascular movement that engages cardiovascularly, research shows that tends to be the most effective versus that which is kind of low impact or not so cardiovascularly engaging. So first and foremost. Second, I would say, is giving props where it deserves to be given. And what do I mean by that? I mean that being able to really focus on the parts of your body, any part of your body that you can give props to, I'm going to encourage you to do that. Okay. So if you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you notice that your butt cheek is looking good, then I want you to acknowledge that my butt cheek's looking kind of good today. If your hair is looking on point, then I want you to say that out loud. Okay? Give props where it's due. If that shoe is looking super cute on that foot of yours, then I want you to acknowledge that. So really give props to the part of yourself, anything on your body that you can find, to really make sure that you practice, right? Giving yourself props where props are due. Okay? Now, we're not talking about making stuff up, positive affirmations of, each way and every way I'm getting. No, we're not talking about that. You know why? Because the brain is a good, pardon my French, bullshit detector. And when we start doing that kind of stuff, the brain is really good at being like, no, that's not it. So I want you to be authentic when you're given props, right? And that's why I'm saying if your pinky nail is looking good today, then I want you to acknowledge that pinky nail, okay? And getting the habit of being able to do that, okay? Then the other thing I was gonna say, the last thing I'd say, the third thing, is it relates to exposure therapy. In the field of psychology, this is one of the most powerful things that the field of psychology has contributed to life in general. Exposure therapy, what it is exposing someone to a feared stimulus over and over and over again until we see a reduction in anxiety and fear around that stimulus. And research has seen this time and time and time again with any kind of fear. Okay, so if you're afraid of dogs, if you're afraid of roller coasters, if you're afraid of heights, if you're afraid of elevators, if you're afraid of snakes, if you're afraid of your thoughts, time and time again, if we expose someone to something, we see the same pattern. What is that pattern? The pattern is where we see anxiety gets worse, distress increases, before over time we notice that anxiety then decreases. And again, that pattern we see over and over and over and over again. And so we can use that to our advantage here in body image. And so when I'm working with folks, I encourage them to practice exposing themselves to their body in the mirror, because oftentimes when people have negative body image, they'll even start avoiding looking at their body, right? Or they start, dressing in the dark or avoiding mirrors. I want you to be intentional. And so I'm just gonna throw it out there to encourage you 10 to 15 minutes per day, because remember, what's important is repeated exposure. So 1, 2 times, 3 times doing this isn't gonna do it, right? And remember, we wanna get past the point of increased anxiety to where you start, it doesn't make you so anxious, right? Or distressed, if we wanna use another word. And so exposure to your body, and I'm talking get naked. Get naked in front of your body and look at all the bits, the good bits, the bad bits, and everything in between. But I'm gonna encourage you to really spend most time really looking at the bits of yourself that you don't like, that disgust you, that gross you out, or whatever are the words in our the scary words in our head. And when we're looking at ourselves in the mirror and you're looking at the not so great bits, I want you to allow those thoughts to come. Because remember, thoughts in and of themselves are not dangerous. They're not going to harm us in any way. So take 10 to 15 minutes, allow those thoughts, allow those emotions to come in there as they may. And then after, I would encourage you to set a timer. And then after that's it. Get dressed, go about your day. And remember, we kind of use some of the techniques and skills we've talked about before, right? Like really focusing on the present moment, right? Even if I'm having all these kinds of thoughts, boom, I bring it back into the here and now, okay? So remember, you're gonna do this in the beginning and you may notice increased distress, but I encourage you, this may take several weeks, okay? Every day, 10 to 15 minutes, looking at yourself in the mirror, all the bits, but particularly at the bits that you don't like, okay? So now you know. Right? And if you're really struggling with this, again, right? These are some tips. If you're really struggling with something like this, or the thought of doing anything like this seems so overwhelming, know that you can go to a therapist. There are so many evidence-based interventions out there that people are not aware of that can actually help you and guide you through this, okay? So now you know. I am Dr. Nicole Peak, here to help you not just to feel better, but to actually get better. So any comments, please leave them below. Love them. Leave them. Please leave them below. Thanks so much. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.